man provides. And he does it even when he's not appreciated, or respected, or even loved. He simply bears up, and he does it because he's a man.
For those of us that are still lucky enough to have a mother, some of the best memories that we had were when we come home and there's just a pleasant aroma all through the house as your mother has made the family's favorite cobbler or the favorite casserole, or on the special days like Sundays or holidays when she went all out. That labor of love is something that I dearly remember from my mother, something that I'll never forget. But it seems as there's been more technology to aid in the work around the house, the more complaining that has come with it.
So today is my 3-year wedding anniversary, and I can without a doubt say that this has been hands down the most depressing, miserable, horrible 3 years of my life. I have literally never been so depressed. I've never hated another person more than I hate the person that I married.
And my grandma's going to show me how to wash old clothes with an old washboard.
We put the soap on the washboard, a lot of elbow grease to get the dirt out.
To me, this is a really fascinating video because this young lady basically has what you would think many women would want. Her husband is working and she's a stay-at-home mom. She doesn't have to work. And yet she's still extremely unhappy and touting the line, single married mother.
Well, I run my ass off and I do everything for everybody in my life. Like me, my kids, him. He goes to work and works enough. That's it. He works. Yeah, his job's hard. Yeah, his hours suck. But he works. That is all he does. And I asked him to watch our daughter, and you know what he did? He slept. He slept since he got home. What did I do? I did homework. I fed the kids. I took my son to speech. I went to the bank. I paid people to mow my yard because, you know, he can't mow the yard anymore. Like I said, made sure homework got done. I got them ready for football. I took them to football. I tried taking care of myself and went on a walk, but, you know, when I started realizing I hadn't heard from him, I'm calling and calling and calling and begging for the bare minimum. I'm just so upset. To watch our daughter, to cut up a watermelon, and to make dinner. I mean, that is absolutely bare minimum. I am 30 years old and I'm literally begging for the bare minimum every single day. I am a married single mom. That's what I am. Yeah, I don't work. I am 30 years old and I'm literally begging for the bare minimum every single day. I am a married single mom. That's what I am. Yeah, I don't work.
Yeah, I don't work. Yeah, I don't work.
Sweet, oh, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. Sweet, oh, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home.
Growing up as a city kid, all I could do was listen to the stories of my parents, my grandparents, and my great-grandparents of how difficult life was in the South in the early 1900s. My mother told me stories where, as kids, they would pick cotton and then they would take a whiz on the cotton to make sure it weighed more so they could get more money. And then they might get a penny or so they could go and get a piece of candy, and they play with their siblings. And strangely enough, even though those times sound so incredibly difficult, they spoke about those times with some kind of twinkle in their eye because I guess the difficulty made them appreciate each other even more. So when I listen to modern day young ladies and women talk about how hard they have it, it's a little bit strange to listen to when I really never really heard my parents and grandparents, or specifically my mother, complain about simple stuff like tending to a family.
I can tell you why I've stayed. Money. It's that simple. I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. He used to want me to be a stay-at-home mom. Now he just doesn't care because he doesn't care about anything.
I shouldn't have to wake a 32-year-old man up for work. No matter what shift, first, second, third, I shouldn't have to wake him up for work. I shouldn't have to tell him what time to set an alarm if I can't wake him up. I shouldn't have to call or make people go wake him up. I shouldn't tell a grown man that he probably should shower after working all day. I shouldn't have to tell him to brush his teeth. I shouldn't have to tell him to feed his kids while he's taking care of them. I shouldn't have to tell him to watch his kids. I shouldn't have to tell him what to put the kids in when it comes to clothes. I shouldn't have to tell him where the clothes are. He doesn't even know my kids' teachers' names. I shouldn't have to manage his schedule and mine and my kids. I shouldn't have to tell him, hey, you need to refill your medicine. Hey, you need a doctor's appointment. Hey, you should probably get your oil changed. Hey, your brakes don't sound good. Not only tell him, but then I have to call and schedule that oil change because will he do it himself? No. Will he call himself? No.
I am raising another kid.
Used to because of the way they grow them. So what you gotta do is put them in and listen. I can't tell you how many times you have to wash them. I'm gonna tell you that. You wash them until the water is clean, okay? So you just keep washing them until it might be 4 times, it might be 5 times, and it depends on how dirty the greens are. It might be 6 times.
I'm not going to be a goofball and say that being a mother or birthing a child or even being a stay-at-home mother is easy. It's easier than it was for our parents, but the biggest difference I specifically remember is that I don't remember my mother complaining about it. Maybe she did complain about it, but not in front of us. And the days that she did stay home with us were very involved days that we looked forward to, we made great memories of. I don't remember my mother walking around the house as a semi-victim, if you will, because she had to wash our clothes and make sure that we had something to eat. And she even sewed robes for us for Christmas and sewed clothes for us. Out of all of those memories, I have no memories of my mother walking around the house playing the victim. And online, that's essentially all you see.
Coming forth to carry me home. Swing low, chariot, coming forth to carry me home. Swing low, chariot, coming forth to carry me home.
If you look at the chorus of comments, they're all saying the same thing, that she is in a situation that's unfortunate and that he should be doing more, even in this economy where he's finding a way to pay all of the bills on one salary. It's better to admit you went through the wrong door than to spend your whole life in the wrong room. You are not his mom. Stop waking him up. Let him be responsible for his own life. Let him face some consequences of his own actions. It doesn't get any better. It took me 17 years to figure that out. Manage the money in the household, get him a cash allowance. Other than that, pretend he doesn't exist. Do for only you and the kids. Don't expect or ask to do anything. Lawyer up and make a plan. Get out while you can. It does not get better. Trust me, I didn't get out. It's been 48 years. I was a single married mom for almost 10 years and regret every second of it. Reading these comments breaks my heart. All of you ladies deserve so much more. But the question is, how much more? This is a man that in this particular economy is working enough on one salary to pay for a whole household with kids in multiple after-school activities. And he's coming home to a young lady that's very unhappy. I would imagine on the front end of this, he was thinking, if I work really hard and I buy the house and I pay for everything, that things are going to work out just fine. And what he's figuring out now, and probably the reason why he just doesn't have any energy, is because he's in a catch-22. If he works more at home, he's going to be too tired to work and he can't work as hard as he needs to. But if he comes home and rests, then it's just going to be unfortunate situations at home. And so he's stuck because she wants to leave, she wants to divorce, and he's going to end up paying for 2 households, not seeing his kids, and losing because he tried to do the traditional marriage. In effect, he thought that he could do what his parents and grandparents and great-grandparents could, and now he's going to pay for it. And it's because of this new phenomenon of the struggle life of the quote unquote married single mom. I'm not saying that there aren't some men that are lazy, but if a man can pay for a whole household of multiple kids and a stay-at-home wife in this economy, and he can't come home and rest, then that is an announcement to anyone trying to have a traditional family structure of a stay-at-home woman with a man paying for everything. 2 words, or should I say 3? It's a trap. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment below. Catch you in the next video. Take care, guys.